Hello everyone watching on YouTube and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. Let us continue where we left off. We have Bahamut, Bahamut now. Stuttered over Bahamut's name in classic me fashion. I've gotta look at these abilities because we didn't get like an opportunity to really look at them last time. So we have Wings of Light. You can begin casting Mega Flare. Circle to execute. The length of the casting determines the potency of the spell. Seems pretty hype. Increases maximum Mega Flare level to 4 is what mastering it does, I guess. Mega Flare just has a bunch of different levels. A Mega Flare dodge is a thing. Gonna have to see it in practice, basically. I love this imagery of Bahamut on the background here. That's so cool. So, Flare Breath. Breathe forth a plume of light aspected flame that deals continuous damage. Impulse. Summons multiple spheres of light that, upon striking an enemy, deal it continuous damage, binding it to the spot. That one seems pretty neat. Summon multiple light aspected familiars that attack an enemy on which Clive uses magic. Oh, so we get like Ansem, Seeker of Darkness style little orbs that just attack with our magic attacks? That's pretty sick. And then, you know, just Giga Flare. A massive beam of overcharged light that burns any enemy it hits. Yeah. I mean, like, it's kind of hard to turn that down because, you know, giant laser beam. I do like giant laser beam. We have Impulse and Flare Breath by default. I don't like the look of Flare Breath. I don't think I'm going to want to do that one, but I love the Bahamut wing that it pulls out when you do it. Impulse seems like it could be neat. Satellite also seems kind of interesting. I don't know if that just like lasts forever or... Satellite will deliver a follow-up attack when you use magic, charged magic, magic burst, or precision shot. Ooh, even magic burst, huh? Even if Clive is recovering and cannot cast a spell, pressing triangle will command the satellites to attack. Can be used while casting Mega Flare. Upgrade for more satellites, mastery for any Eikon. Okay. Okay, Lone Wolf, welcome to stream. Satellite honestly sounds really interesting. And I mean, like, Giga Flare is Giga Flare, you know? I did really like Wind Up. We might look at upgrading and then mastering Wind Up to be able to put it on either Bahamut, or we could maybe put it on Phoenix. There's a part of me that is like, I've enjoyed Flames of Rebirth, but like, what if we refunded Flames of Rebirth? Which would give us a lot of extra ability points. We could maybe go for Giga Flare plus Satellite, and then we could master Wind Up and put Wind Up on Phoenix with Heat Wave. That'd be Heat Wave and Wind Up. Then Gouge plus Judgment Bolt, because we mastered Judgment Bolt. Wind Up would be on Phoenix, and then on Bahamut we could have Giga Flare and Satellite, maybe? That's kind of my instinct on what I'm feeling like I want right now, but... Let's try out the new Bahamut abilities that we currently have first and foremost.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Sup, Goots?
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I told Nan we flew back on the Phoenix, but she walloped me for telling fibs. Can you tell her it was the truth, Clive?
Really, Karen? You really think that we didn't fly on Phoenix to get here? Like, of all the things you've seen us do? That's unbelievable to you?
Still alive, are ya?
The skies. I hope you're not expecting me to explain these skies. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it were the end of the world.
Whole realms in chaos.
Please leave me out of this. I've had orders canceled on me left and right, and that's from the few associates I haven't lost contact with.
As the old saying goes.
There's opportunity in adversity. The market for sharp steel is more bullish than ever. I'll find a way to keep this place fed and watered, don't you worry. I won't let our little family go hungry, whatever the weather. Right, so like,
then.
After the last Mother Crystal got all messed up by us, what's his face? I was checking to see if we needed potions and whatnot.
Find a better price than that.
What's it? Last elixir? Is it the easiest elixir to procure? No, but it is the last one you'll ever need. Upon KO, automatically restores all HP, fills limit, and increases attack power by 10% and defense by 30% for 60 seconds. That's really fun that that exists, and we have so much money. but it does seem a little bit like easy mode. We've only had like 2 game overs in this entire playthrough, right? That's a little easy mode. I think I'll pass. I'll pass on it, but I appreciate the concept of the last elixir.
Fran about us, guys.
Won't help me get my work done. So I'm going to keep to my forge and leave saving the world to those better suited to the task.
Unless that is.
They fancy giving me a hand shoeing the birds. Oh, you know what? I should check, actually. Is there, after all that fighting, is there any, like, cool new thing we can make? We have, like, Excalibur right now, right? We can make Brightburn, which is 2 strength better than what I currently have. Silken Sash is worse. You know what? I bet it looks really cool.
Should last you a good while.
It does look really cool, because it's based off of Bahamut, I think. That's what I thought. Yeah, that looks awesome. I love it. Artie, Kaitin, Wolf Paladin, welcome to stream. Good to have you guys here. So yeah, now the sky is like all messed up with clouds and whatnot, mainly. Because of,
Might be hard now there's only one.
Don't interrupt me. But the sky is all messed up and people are all dreary about it because of Ultima doing some nonsense after we broke the 4th Mother Crystal. I really want to know if Dion is still alive. Did he make it? Yo, Nectar, what's up, dude? Tell me about these hunts. How goes the hunt? As if these boggles weren't bad enough on their own. I hear that some of them like to invite friends to the party. But never fear, I, Nectar the Bold, shall always be with you in spirit. If you need more practical assistance, then turn to Torgal. Oh, there was more to ask about hunts, my bad. Yeah, we have 3 new hunts to do. Okay, the 10 of clubs. Ah, is he related to the 9 of knives? Merchants who ply their trade across the fields of Corva tell of an outlaw 5 and 20 hands high and mighty of Thew, who preys upon unescorted travelers. They claim he lives alone in one of the many abandoned villages that litter the region, but none has been brave nor foolish enough to narrow the search any further. If you who read this have either or both of those qualities, the Dalmekians beg your aid. And then we have the Magath brothers. A lone rowing boat has been sighted making land off the coast of Port Isolde, its occupants wearing the garb and speaking the language of Iron Kingdom crusaders. One can only assume that they come to take their vengeance upon Sid the Outlaw for destroying that which they hold most dear. We advise against all travel to the area, lest they think to kill or capture our members in retaliation. And then in the S rank, Ruin Reawakened. Saint-Brequois, however you say this, legend tells of a dread dragon who set near half the realm alight with his torrid breath before being sealed away behind a magical mist by Grieger herself, some sources claim. Though it has long been forgotten which parts of the tale are true and which are mere myth, recent reports of a great dragon's roar reverberating around the woodland passes of the Empire are real enough, so this gives me, like, no idea on where to go. Which is annoying, but it sounds like a fun, big dragon boss. Or did you have something else to tell me, by the way? About ruins or whatever? Or hunts, rather. I, for one, am shocked, I tell you, that certain members of your own very species have earned themselves a place in this rogues gallery. But evil is as evil does, and it is every hero's duty to vanquish it, no matter how close to home it might appear. Alright, good talk. And then before we talk to Otto, I want to look at this again. We should have a lot of AP coming up, right? Oh, tell me about recent events.
It's not true.
It's not true, is it, Clive? The world can't be ending, can it? We were struggling before the skies went dark, but now? I can't imagine how we will bear it all.
We've lost so much already.
When will it be enough? It will end, won't it, Clive? Well, yeah, you know, eventually Square Enix has to end the game. There's no way this could be endless.
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
I'm still 5 renown away from this 1,500 ability points. I'm mad. I'm a little mad. Otto, my man, what is crack-a-lackin'?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just the messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
What if he asks and then, like, Vivian, you know, throws a knife at him? Then it could hurt. Sometimes it can hurt to ask is all I'm saying. It's possible. Yo, Vivian, what's poppin'?
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos.
Hello.
It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of Chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Well, you know, we do have one more Mother Crystal to go. And as we saw last time, with all of the weird nudity going on, the King of Waloed is like 100% basically mind-controlled by Ultima, from what I could tell. He is basically, I was gonna say Odin's pawn. He is Odin. He is basically Ultima's pawn. Just finished the game. How's it been treating you? This is one of the best video games I've played. This game is amazing. It is so much fun. Yeah, there's a bit of a storm coming. You know how it'd be. Also, yeah, I saw people talking in chat about mentioning something made of stone or whatever at the end of last stream. They were definitely talking about Joshua, not Dion. They're talking about the wound in Joshua's chest where he sealed Ultima in his heart. I'm like 99% certain. I'm mentioning some kind of weird stone being in Dion's chest when there's obviously like the stone wound in Joshua's chest would make, like, no sense.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps
Yeah,
Otto
you know.
will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Can't blame the guy for not knowing things that no one knows, basically. Dude, I am so curious as to how they're gonna close out the rest of this game. I'm expecting, like, we're gonna have a thing with taking on Waloed and destroying their Mother Crystal and fighting the King of Waloed. I cannot remember his name, but I know he's the dominant of Odin. And then after that, we have some in-game section, like having to deal with Ultima, whatever that entails. I'm very excited.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are 3. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic at her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours.
Language!
The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means... there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Yo, let's go. Alright, so we have 3 people to go aid. Honestly, this is exactly what I want right now. 3 different, like, basically side quests, but they're actually main quests, to go get some combat and get a feel for Bahamut's abilities.
Clive. I don't mean to be gloomy.
But the whole world's just gone awful. Reports used to be about troop movements and chances to set bearers free. Now it's all ether floods, Akashic attacks, and plagues of bloody bandits. The Cursebreakers and all our other allies are doing what they can to keep their heads above water, but...
they need all the help they can get.
they're counting on you, Clive. We all are. Alright, and you have some side quests for me somewhere? These are the main quests. Alright, so we just have the main quest. We get 45 renown. Do we get 45 renown for each of these individual ones?
Seen enough?
Alright, well, let's go... I mean, I feel like Martha is the one who's going to need our help the most in this scenario. Because the Dame is at, like, a big location. Probably with some guards and whatnot. And I think What's-His-Face at Dalimil will probably have better defenses set up than Martha would. So we're going to go help Martha first. And then, yeah, let's focus on these 3 main side quests and see where the game kind of looks like it's going from there. If any side quests open up, and we'll consider doing some of the hunts.